Warning. This podcast contains explicit sexual language and should only be listened to at work if you're looking for an excuse to connect with your HR representative. Additionally, all mentions of the word women include cis and trans women. If you are genderqueer, gender fluid, figuring it out, anything in between, and feel like this conversation is also important for you, you are welcome here.
Will you open up with me? These pages, they can feed your innermost desires. Do you feel inspired? Are you getting what you need? Are you coming curiously? A secret safe with me. And here you can simply be yourself. Sweet romance. Come on in, come on in, come on.
Welcome to another monthly reading wrap-up episode with me, Jace, and Sephie. Well, she's not here right now, but she will be when I ruin all the books for her. And that's what I wanted to warn you about. I'm about to ruin all of these books for Sephie and you too. So if you want to take a look at the show notes first, in case there's a book you don't want ruined, go ahead and do that. You can find all show notes at jacereadsromance.com/podcast. That's jacereadsromance.com/podcast. And if you don't mind having things spoiled for you, keep on keeping on because we're about to have some fun. Hi, y'all. This is Jace, she, they, and you've found Jace Reads Romance, a community dedicated to empowering women about sex and sexuality through the reading of romance novels. I hope you can see me because I am currently in the house where Wi-Fi goes to die. The number of mesh hubs that are in this house is unreasonable for how big this house is. And yet, the amount of Wi-Fi that you get anywhere in this house, including where I am, which is next to the original plugged into the wires internet, is virtually nothing.
What?
Virtually nothing. It is comic. It's so comedic. My bedroom in this house is not technically right above, but it's up and 3 feet that way. Okay. So you'd think plenty of Wi-Fi. There's also a mesh hub right outside my bedroom door.
Right.
I was uploading on my phone a 37-second Instagram video, and it took 5 minutes.
What?
5 minutes. Now, I get it. Upload speeds are not download speeds. That is why in my office, I have the highest amount of internet that I could purchase. The most amount of internet that I could purchase.
Yes.
But I'm uploading videos in this office right next to the internet that maybe take 20 minutes at home. And it's like, hour and a half? I guess that's what we're going with.
Oh my gosh.
If this is somehow your first Jace Reads Romance episode, you might not be aware that I am on summer break. And yet I love y'all so much that I'm still recording a June wrap-up early because I'm flying to Europe on the 29th through the 30th because there are multiple stops and there's no way that I can record from where, truly where I will be in Europe. There is no Wi-Fi. So this is as close as we can get to reliable Wi-Fi, I guess, before I'm gone. So
and even then, it's like, ew, reliable question mark?
Michael has already said, because we had him come on and check things, that's how bad it is, that this might not be the prettiest video to watch. So for those of you on YouTube, on the Substack, I apologize. It is, I'm sitting on the floor, too, because as weird as the stuff around me is, I've got ancient cash registers and various. I think I made this frog. When I was. Probably has my name on the bottom of it. Yes, it does. It has my name on the bottom of it. This is the best looking background that I can find.
Oh no.
This is the best of the best, friends. So, as with most wrap-ups, if you've missed the May wrap-up, we're trying a new system, which is hopefully shorter, easier. I go through just facts, my notes, and then Sephie is allowed to ask one question per book.
Yes.
My foot's asleep. It's fine. I have no blood pressure anymore. It's fine. My joints are fucked. I have no blood pressure. It's fine.
It's fine.
Now, stats.
Mm-hmm.
Is the answer. Because it is currently the 27th of June. Mm-hmm. And so who knows how much I can read. Also, I will be traveling on a plane the 29th through the 30th. Yeah. Who knows? But as of this moment, I've read 15 books. That's it.
Whoa.
That's it.
That's it.
If you're a member of the Substack, we're going to talk about that in this month's bonus episode. But that's it. Now, also for my purchases, who knows? I didn't think about it. I've been getting books delivered to my house, and I love my indie bookstore.
Traveling?
Oh yeah, they're gone. I have someone coming to look at my house and my plants and things of that nature, so they're bringing in the mail. It's fine. But also my indie bookstore, who I love desperately, knows that I will be gone for longer than the official 30-day policy. And so they are also holding all the books that have come out that I've pre-ordered at the store. They've saved a cubicle for me, or like a cubby. They've saved a cubby for me behind the desk. They just know. And they have one of those. It's not, I doubt it's IKEA because they're too deep for IKEA, but it is little square shelving where all of the pre-orders lives. And I said, just take one. It's mine.
Is it the bookstore that you took me to when I was there? Okay, I know exactly what it is.
You know exactly what it is. And I just told them, hey, like, you know me, I will be back. I just won't be back from mid-June until August. Please collect all these books. I promise I'll pay for them. Yeah. I'll bring a forklift when I return. And then there are, like, I know some special editions have arrived and things of that nature. So in terms of how many books, I don't know how many books I've purchased. It's going to be a double wrap up sometime in August because, like I said, I don't get home until August. So before we get started, my diversity stats. So I've read 15 books so far. Mm-hmm. 4 of them are by people of color and 5 of them are queer stories. So I've absolutely knocked it out of the park with my queer stories. People of color, not so much. Don't worry, I'm working on it. I'm reading the book. My current reads right now are all people of color. So when this goes live, I will, in the show notes, update my actual stats for reading. I will add any books that I finished after this, but before July 1st to the show notes. So you can see the accuracy, or you can see the accurate list of books that I read.
Right.
But right now, no, it did not hit the way that I thought it would. It's okay. It's okay, friends.
You still got 4 days.
I've got 4 more days.
Exactly.
4 more days. And I keep track. I have a little chart at the bottom of my spreadsheet that shows me like how many books I need to hit my goals, my diversity goals. Like if I've read 18 books, then I need 8 of them to be by authors of color. If I've read like 20, like, so that I know in my reading planning. Anyway,
such a nerd.
Books. It really helps me think about it. And like, I will never remember those stats. So having a chart to look at is just like so great. Okay. First book. If I told you I'd Have to Kiss You by Mae Marvel, is my feeling. It was an arc, but it's out now. It was a 1.5 on the spice scale. Yardley and Casey. It is a sapphic romance. But here are my notes. Queer, spy game, relationship in crisis, danger, workplace, a lot of angst.
I feel like the way the world is right now, angst is not so much what we're needing.
No. And these two are supposed to be so competent in their job, and yet they're so unprofessional during this book. It really annoyed me.
Okay, so you said spy game. Is it spies? Like,
yes.
Like spy versus spy?
No. So Yardley is an operative in the field. Casey is the person behind the computer, and they don't know that they both work for the CIA, and then they end up being on the same mission in the midst of their breakup and discover that they're like the secrets that they've been keeping, they've both been keeping them. So it's a cool concept. I'm like, you shouldn't be fucking each other in the middle of a mission when people are looking for you. Can we hold it together, friends? Book number 2. Oh, wait, I forgot a stat. Hold on. Stat. So far, one stat, though. I've been really good in like a third of my books so far have been physical. So I'm very proud of that stat. I know. It's really a good one. Okay. First physical book is Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood. Here's my reaction. It was a 1.75 on the spice scale. We've got Maya and Connor. And my notes are age gap, brother's best friend, mutual pining, breeding kink, forced proximity, slow burn, came from cunnilingus, so many crossovers. It's true. You do have to read this book after Not in Love. It won't really make sense.
I was just going to ask, that was going to be my question. Do you need to know enough about Allie's other books, since it does have the crossovers?
The only book you need is Not in Love, because this is part of that series. Other people are mentioned and you even run into them, but it won't, it's like a fun little nugget as opposed to I won't get it.
Gotcha.
You don't read the rest of her books. Not in Love is the only one that you have to read.
Okay.
Book number 3, King of Sloth by Anna Huang. It's my reaction.
That's your reaction.
It was a 2 on the spice scale. Sloane and Xavier are the main characters, and my notes are billionaire, workplace romance, forced proximity, opposites attract.
Ooh. How did she do with the opposites attract? Because that is like, that can be hit or miss.
I think the reason why it works is Xavier's been a historical fuckboy and Sloane is so highly competent. But at the end of the day, what happens is, well, Xavier is a fuckboy and a bit of a party boy. He's really smart. And so when he finally decides to do the thing that keeps him and Sloane really connected, he's not fucking up. He's actually really good at this, even though his personality is more laid back. He's more easygoing than Sloane is.
Gotcha.
Number 4, Behind the Net. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say anything because it was the book club episode from last week. And you should go listen to me and Addie talk about Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, which is a hockey romance. Another physical book, My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. Oh
no.
I loved it. No, but like I love him so much.
I know.
It was a 1.25 on the spice scale. Characters are Amelia and Reggie. And my notes are PNR, goofy MMC, accountant FMC, fake dating, not only one bed, suspense farce.
Interesting descriptor.
Yeah.
The FMC is an accountant?
Uh-huh.
Like a spicy accountant or a normal accountant?
No, an accountant. I
Like
would
a
have
normal
said
accountant.
sex worker. I would have said sex worker.
I know, but okay.
Or I would have done quotes. No, she's a literal accountant, and Reggie finds it so hot whenever she talks about tax law because he's like, your brain and the way that it works is so amazing and sex. I loved it.
That's so cute. Oh my God.
It's so cute.
I love it so much.
Book number 6, Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. Yay, boo, is my sound. It's by Allie Carter. It is a fucking fade to black is goddamn 0 on the spice scale.
I was like, there's a reason for that boo.
I'm still annoyed by it. It's Maggie and Ethan. And my notes are rivals to lovers, locked room mystery, forced proximity, pining, fade to black, hurt, heal, who did this to you?
Ooh.
I have to say, literally everything until it faded to black. And then also the next morning didn't clarify if they had sex or not. I was like, I don't know if you had sex. You just said you have to put more layers on. Doesn't mean you're down to your undies or that you got naked. Even if you got naked, it doesn't mean that you had sex. Until that moment, this was going to be a 5-star read for me. It's so well written.
Okay, so are they like trapped in a room?
No. So they're both mystery writers and they get an invitation to attend Christmas with a super fan who turns out to be Maggie, who's the only point of view we get, her favorite mystery writer of all time, Eleanor Ashley. And Eleanor disappears from her locked office.
Oh, so it's like a clue type thing.
Yes, and so they have to go find her. And is it a mystery that Eleanor set up where she's trying to have them find her?
Figure it out. Or is it a real thing?
Are people actually trying to kill Eleanor Ashley?
Ooh.
It's so good until the fucking but anyway. Number 7 was an audiobook, and this is Feathers So Vicious. Dark is my reaction. It's by Liv Zander. It is a 2.5 on the spice scale. The MCs are Galantia, Malir, and Savian. It is an MFM romance. It's MFM. It's a duology is my understanding, and my notes are fantasy, kidnapped / ransomed, human raven, the creatures and the like non-humans are ravens, dubcon, betrayal, secret magic, revenge.
Ooh, it's not your favorite type of throuple, I know.
No, but also like it's just so dark. Like the dubcon dark.
Oh, that was going to be my question.
Like, the dubcon dark for her. There's a lot of like SA in the world around them. Oof. It's a really like they're in the middle of a war. There was child abuse on page. Like it's just it's a dark book.
Oh, did you mention this one to me? I feel like
this is the one that Shayna who was on the podcast, she narrated and she was talking about it in her episode because this was the first dark thing that she has ever recorded. I'm like, girl, and I was like, oh, Sheena, like you came from YA. How dark is it? It's so dark. Like now I want to be like, girl, I'm so sorry. You weren't kidding. This is so dark. And then it ends on this crazy reveal. And I'm like, fuck, now I want to know.
And so you have to read the next one.
I do have the audiobook for the next one. I did buy it. Book number 8, The Ripple Effect by Maggie North.
Ooh.
Is my reaction. It was a 1 on the spice scale.
Ooh.
Characters are Stellar and Lyle. It's an MF, but both of them are queer. Lyle is Pan and Polly, and I think Stellar identifies as bi, but she had her heart broken by an ex-girlfriend, so like that's part of it. But the tropes are fake engagement, slow burn, forced proximity, slight suspense, cinnamon roll, black cat, opposites attract, pining.
Cinnamon roll, black cat. So basically like golden retriever, black cat.
Yeah. Same thing. I think of cinnamon roll as like a sweet human, and golden retriever's got that like puppy dog energy. Lyle does not have puppy dog energy. I should mention that Lyle is like a giant burly ginger, which is always my favorite.
Yes.
What's your question?
Who doesn't like a giant burly ginger? I mean,
I want a giant ginger man with a belly. Like, give me all the cuddles.
Right? That'd be
All the
so
cuddles.
nice.
He's got a dog. He does whitewater rafting.
Right?
He's a couples counselor. Like, he is every green flag to me.
Yep. We're on the same page on that. Yeah.
But it took me 80% to actually enjoy this book. And then the last 20%, I was like, you better get together. But the first 80% were real rough.
Why? That's my
Stellar
question.
is not a happy or mentally healthy individual, and she's our only point of view character. Being in her head was not fun, and the choices that she makes are often very destructive and hurtful. So I don't enjoy it. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah. That's not the first time that you've had a character where you've not really enjoyed being in their head.
Yeah. And like she goes through a lot of personal growth. I get it, but I really don't like that self-destructive. I lash out at people. Situation. Like that's just not fun for me. Number 9, Magic Rises by Ilona Andrews. Is getting good, friends. No, actually, my reaction was like good and worried.
Oh no.
Okay. Good and worried. It is, I think I said 0.5 on the spice scale. I don't think these are getting any spicier. Fuck you for Ilona Andrews for making really good stories. Well, the MCs are still Kate and Curran. This is book number 6 in the series, by the way. So like you can't just go into this one. These are my notes. This one, they go to Europe to protect the pregnant girl, and it turns out it's Hugh trying to capture Kate. They almost break up. I got really scared about that.
I could just about imagine. This is like your OP, like your original pairing. Like you love them so much.
I love them so much, but this book actually, and I'm very curious how they handle it, exposed some cracks in the foundation of their relationship. And I don't know, I honestly don't know if they get through it. I honestly don't know if it changes or they grow. But at the end of this book, or not the end of this book, but in the middle of this book, I kind of had this moment of, if they break up, I understand.
Dang.
I know.
Oof.
I know. It was so good. Next one, another physical book, Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. Is my reaction.
Yikes.
It's a meant to be novel, so there's zero spice. It's Ren and Edward, MF novel. My notes are Tangled retelling, Sunshine FMC, road trip, light blackmail, familial betrayal, forced proximity, there's only one bed, inspired him to change.
Okay. Is it actually a Tangled retelling?
It is literally a Tangled retelling, and I think that's where some of my meh comes from, because with the other meant-to-be novels, the first 3, while they take a lot from the movies, it isn't a beat for beat.
But
and
this one
felt like a lot of beats in the movie that didn't really fit into this story.
Gotcha.
He takes her to a biker bar, and
that's
just,
the ugly duckling.
We didn't need to. Yeah, which is great in the cartoon. It works with mercenaries, but she doesn't befriend anyone. Someone pickpockets a wallet, and she's like, I'm going to hand around a backpack. If you could just put the wallet, we won't even know. Like, that doesn't happen in real life, friend.
No.
But of course, they get the fucking wallet back. It was No.
Felt weird. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Another physical book, Dark Intentions. This is by Eliza Mann. And my reaction was, okay.
That's a positive.
It is, yeah, okay. It was a 1.5 on the spice scale. This is about Farah and Anwar. It is an MF story. And my tropes are, but there's like a side best friends kind of thing brewing in the corner. But my notes are PNR, Insta-love, age gap, fish out of water, suspense-ish.
So what's the paranormal?
It's called, sorry, the underneath, like when Michael Potes it says the vampire matchmaking agency.
Okay. Why didn't we lead with that?
So she's a vampire, he's Atlantean, and it turns out that Atlanteans created all vampires. Also, everyone's black.
Ooh, kind of like that.
No, it was really cool lore. The best friend is a fallen angel.
Ooh.
I know.
So, the fish out of water, is that literal?
Yes.
With the Atlantean?
No, it isn't. Farah just feels like she doesn't fit in. She doesn't fit in anywhere.
I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't resist. I couldn't resist that.
Yeah. Want to get to number 12, which is I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend by Jessica Cage.
I have seen this book every freaking where on Threads
Everywhere.
and on TikTok, on Instagram.
Yeah. Everywhere. The second one is about vampires, so I got the first one. And the first one is a little messy. That's my reaction. A little messy.
Okay.
I like how this month I'm using words as opposed to trying to communicate via grunts, which is what I did last month. It is a 2 on the spice scale. It's Raina and Matisse. It's an MF story, but there's an FF scene in the middle of this.
Oh!
Surprise! Put that one in. Surprised you're gonna fuck in the water with a lesbian witch.
Okay.
Or maybe not a lesbian, but the two of you are gonna fuck. It is PNR, Fated Mates, Monster Romance, Secret Alien, Hidden Powers, Adventure, Magic Portals. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not Portal. My note. This is what happens when I forget my context.
Oh
it's
no.
The note is Magic Penis.
That makes it so much better. Okay.
It rotates and vibrates and can grow.
Okay, but again, I love that it's a magic penis, but it's not like how we normally think of the magic penis on this podcast. It's like actually a magic penis.
It's like actually a magical penis. It has ridges. It vibrates. It rotates. It can change size and shape.
Okay, I'm thinking we need to like find a way to make this a real thing.
I don't, because I feel like if a dude could do that with his own penis, that's all he would do. It was like 3 straight days of like, what can I do with this?
That's fair.
It's like,
that's fair.
I don't even know if he'd be masturbating, or he'd just be like, how hard can I make it vibrate? How big can I make it?
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. Like, this is a Coke can. Both hands can't get around it. Oh my god, that's the weird voice that's been coming out. It was good. I found that Raina she wasn't always nice to Matisse. And I get it, like, it's a demon.
Right.
But like, you should be nicer to him. But book number 13, The Undermining of Twyla and Frank. Oh, is my reaction. I fucking love this. It's by Megan Bannon. This was a 4.5.
On the spice scale?
No. Oh, no, sorry. 4.5, like, stars.
Oh, wow.
So, but one spice. It is Twyla and Frank, as you might guess. It is an MF, but it is fantasy 53-year-old MCs, both of the main characters. Friends to lovers, workplace romance, hurt, heal. I fucking loved it.
I love it. Okay, that's another thing that I love is like the golden, like the older romance. It's not represented
also, there are sex
enough.
toys.
Yes.
There are sex toys.
Okay. I have no questions because
no questions.
It just sounds cozy. Like it sounds like a cozy.
It is.
Perfect.
Even though there's like mystery and adventure and fantasy.
Yeah.
When I read these Megan Bannon books, that's how I feel. I feel cozy.
Cozy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is good because the next book was Crash Test by Amy James. Fuck yeah. Is my reaction.
That's your reaction.
So, and this was an arc. It's out by the time you get it. I think it comes out July 1st.
Okay.
And this was like a 5-star book. It was only one spice, and I didn't mind it. I can explain why. But the MCs are Travis and Jacob, so it's an MM romance. My notes are F1, secret dating, second chance, growth, virgin MMC, both drivers, found family drama. And I want to just clarify the reason why I'm very okay with the one spice is the spice was very light in the description of the spice of what was happening physically. But what it was very heavy in is what was happening emotionally to these characters. And it's not a third act breakup. They break up at like 52%.
Okay.
But the structure of this book is incredible. Okay, I'm going to ruin a little bit of this because it just came out and I immediately was like, hey, bookstore, I need this book. Like, are there any pre-order campaigns I can participate? Like, it was so good. They're both drivers. Travis is F1, Jacob is F2.
Okay.
First thing that happens is Jacob is in a 5-car pileup crash where 2 people end up dying.
Oh no.
And he is in the hospital with broken legs, punctured lung. They have to remove his spleen. They don't know if he has brain damage. And Travis and Jacob have been secretly dating. So Jacob isn't even allowed in. Travis isn't allowed in Jacob's room. His family doesn't know about him. Family doesn't know that he's bi. Family is a little conservative. A little conservative.
Oh no.
And when after weeks he finally wakes up, Jacob breaks up with Travis. So we get like the first 50% of the book is Travis both in the present after the crash and the past,
and in the
how
past,
they got together.
Remembering their relationship.
Then the next chunk is Jacob and his recovery after the crash and like what he's emotionally going through. And then the last bit is the 2 of them moving reconciling with their lives. Yeah. And there's so much growth in this book from both of them. Like their relationship was not healthy for either of them before the crash. I don't think anyone was trying to be mean, but they weren't great at communicating. They weren't expressing themselves. They weren't asking for what they needed or what they wanted. And by the end of this, it's so great. I loved it.
Good. And you I don't have to ask a question about this one either because that was good. Yeah, you talked about it. I know.
Sorry, Michael. Like these books were so good. And then we had the last book that I have finished so far is The Undercutting of Rosie and Adam, which was another arc, the last book in this series by Megan Bannon. It comes out July 8th. It is also a 1 on the spice scale. Got a lot of 1s. That's why I'm going to someone else for this next book that I'm reading. It is an MF story. It's fantasy, opposites attract, adventure, forced proximity, hidden identity. I personally don't give a shit, but people will love this. Rosie is 6'3" and Adam is 5'5".
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I have dated guys. I'm 5'7". Personal info about Sephie. I'm 5'7". I have dated guys significantly shorter than me. Don't discount a short king. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I don't like the name Short King.
I know.
But I agree with that statement.
Yeah. why height matters so much to some people, I don't understand. I really don't. It's a number on a chart, really.
Yeah.
To me.
It's
I could give a fuck. I don't care.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Height is fine. But it was a really great ending to the series. I thought it wrapped it up really well. We got a lot more information. So the first book of Megan Bannon's, which is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, there's a 1-year gap between Undertaking of Heart and Mercy and The Undermining of Twyla and Frank. And then there's a 10-year gap between The Undermining of Twyla and Frank and The Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. Adam, I should also mention, is pan. He mentions being intimate with all genders and forms of humanity.
Yeah.
Even though this is an MF story, there's a 10-year gap between that. And you should read them in order.
In order? Okay.
Yes.
So they are so that's my question. Are they all interconnected then? Okay.
They're interconnected standalones, but you won't. Probably the first and the second book are the least connected. Okay. But there's a sidekick character who's Hart's partner in the first book, and then Twyla and Frank's partner in the second book, and then Rosie's partner in the third book. And they follow they're all connected, and so the relationships and the people, you see them as side characters intimately through these series. So I would recommend reading them in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I finished so far. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
I will, as I said, I will update the show notes with anything that gets added between now and the 1st of July. I'm okay with this reading. And if you're a member, I'm going to go into it in a little more detail on that bonus episode, which you can find at Substack. So my purchase stats are also not accurate technically for the month. Because books have arrived at my apartment since I've left. But the last count I had purchased 26 books. 12 of them were by authors of color, so 46.15%. 9 of them queer stories, 34.62%. So I hit those goals.
Good job.
Yay. Okay. And I will update anything, and we'll see a lot more in August.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Jace Reads Romance is a 3 Paws Productions podcast. Produced by Sephie, edited by Michael Achenbach. Our theme song is written and performed by Diana Weishauer. For show notes and more, head to www.jacereadsromance.com. That's JAYCE Reads Romance. Follow us on socials at Jace Reads Romance everywhere. For more exclusive content, visit us on Substack, where you'll find extended episodes, bonus episodes, and more. Have a question, story, or a book recommendation you know I'll love? Email Jace at jacereadsromance.com or call and leave a voicemail at 661-JACE-RR. That's 661-529-2377. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. And as always, this is Jace, holding space for you.